the secret of real peace in life. We spend our entire lives running toward a better job, a better relationship, a bigger bank account, all under the impression that once we arrive, we will finally find it. We'll finally find peace. But why is it that even when we get what we wanted, the rest we were promised never actually arrives? Welcome to a journey that will change the way you see your world. This is the beginning of a 30-part premium series, The Secret of Real Peace in Life. Over the next 30 episodes, we are going deep. We aren't just looking for a temporary escape, we are looking for a permanent shift. In Volume 1, I am going to lead you through the foundation of everything. Episode 1, we uncover the hard truth why most people never find real peace. Episode 2, we deconstruct the greatest myth of all, showing you why peace is not the absence of problems. Episode 3, we draw a line in the sand to understand the vital difference between happiness and peace. Episode 4, and finally, we look at the great chase, why money, love, or success alone will never be enough to settle your soul. If you are tired of the noise, and you're ready to find a stillness that the world can't take away from you, you are in the right place. I'm Felix Mabula, thank you, Muffle Entertainment, and this is Volume 1. Let's begin with the question no one wants to ask: why is real peace so rare? Episode 1, why most people never find real peace in life. Most people believe peace is something they will reach someday. After the struggle ends, after the breakthrough comes, after life finally slows down. But what if that belief is exactly why peace never arrives? Consider the story of Daniel. Daniel did everything right. He studied hard, worked longer hours than most, and climbed steadily in his career. From the outside, his life looked stable and successful. But every night, when the lights went off and the world grew quiet, his mind refused to rest. Thoughts raced, concerns multiplied. Sleep came late, if it came at all. One evening, after another restless night, Daniel asked himself a question that stopped him cold. Why do I still feel uneasy when I finally have what I wanted? Psychology gives us an important clue. The human brain is not designed to seek peace. It is designed to scan for threats. So even when circumstances improve, the mind searches for the next possible problem. This is why success alone does not calm the soul. Faith adds another layer of understanding. Peace was never meant to be produced by circumstances. It was meant to be received internally. Peace is not something you achieve, it is something you allow. When peace depends on external stability, it becomes fragile. But when peace becomes an inner anchor, life loses its power to shake you completely. Many people postpone peace. They say, I'll relax when things get better. But peace does not respond to when. It responds to acceptance. Acceptance is not giving up. It is stopping the inner argument with reality. A woman named Sarah lived in constant anticipation. She believed her life would truly begin once everything aligned, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Until then, she told herself, peace would have to wait. Years passed. She noticed something unsettling. Each time one problem resolved, another appeared. Peace was always just out of reach. One afternoon, exhausted, she realized something profound. I've been living my entire life in the future. Psychology calls this anticipatory anxiety. Faith calls it misplaced focus. Peace exists only in the present moment, not in the imagined future, not in the rewritten past. When Sarah stopped postponing peace, she began experiencing brief moments of calm, even before her circumstances changed. Eventually, Daniel learned something similar. Instead of trying to fix every worry, he began practicing stillness. A few minutes of quiet breathing, a few moments of prayer, not for solutions, but for grounding. Slowly, his nights changed. Problems still existed, responsibilities remained, but peace no longer depended on perfection. Peace came when resistance ended. Right now, as you listen, nothing needs to change for peace to be possible. Peace begins the moment you stop fighting where you are. This is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning. Episode 2, Peace is not the absence of problems. Many people believe peace means a problem-free life. But if that were true, peace would be impossible. Two co-workers faced the same crisis, sudden job uncertainty. One panicked. Sleep disappeared. Anxiety took over. The other acknowledged the fear but remained composed. She focused on what she could control and trusted the rest. The difference wasn't the situation. It was the inner response. Psychology teaches that stress is not caused by problems alone, but by resistance to them. Faith echoes this truth. Peace is not the absence of storms, but stability within them. A man once described his life as constantly bracing for impact. Even during calm seasons, he expected disaster. His body lived in survival mode. When he learned to stop interpreting every challenge as a threat, his peace returned even while problems remained. Eventually, he understood something freeing. Problems are part of life. Suffering comes from believing they shouldn't exist. When resistance ends, peace begins. You can be calm and uncertain at the same time. You can be peaceful and still healing. Peace is resilient. Episode 3. The difference between happiness and peace. Happiness is loud. Peace is quiet. A man celebrated a long-awaited achievement. For weeks, happiness soared. Then, it faded. Psychology explains this as hedonic adaptation. Faith calls it temporary joy. Peace, however, does not spike and crash. It settles. A woman living a simple life described feeling calm even during sad moments. She wasn't always happy, but she was grounded. Peace does not require excitement. It requires presence. When people stop chasing emotional highs, their nervous system rests. Peace becomes familiar. Happiness reacts. Peace remains. And peace is the deeper goal. Episode 4. Why chasing success doesn't give peace. Many people believe success will finally calm their minds. That once they reach a certain level, financially, socially, professionally, peace will arrive naturally. But success has a quiet way of doing the opposite. Michael had chased a promotion for years. Long hours, missed weekends, constant pressure. When the promotion finally came, the celebration was brief. Within weeks, he noticed something unsettling. His mind was more restless than ever. Now there was more responsibility, more expectations, more fear of losing what he had gained. Psychology calls this the arrival fallacy, the belief that happiness or peace will appear once a goal is achieved. Faith calls it misplaced identity. When your worth becomes tied to achievement, peace becomes conditional. Success is not dangerous, but attaching your identity to success is. Peace does not come from proving yourself. It comes from knowing yourself. A woman once described her career as a ladder with no top. Each milestone only revealed the next rung. She realized something painful. There was always someone doing better, always something more to chase. Her anxiety didn't come from failure. It came from endless comparison. Psychology shows that constant striving without grounding keeps the nervous system activated. Faith teaches that rest is not earned, it is given. Eventually, Michael learned to separate what he does from who he is. Success became a role, not an identity. Work became a responsibility, not a measure of worth. And something changed. The pressure eased, sleep returned, peace followed, not because life became easier, but because his foundation shifted. Success can add comfort to life, but peace comes from alignment, not achievement. When identity is rooted, success becomes lighter, and peace finally has room to stay. We've reached the end of Volume 1. Over these first 4 episodes, we've stripped away the noise. We've acknowledged that peace isn't found in the absence of a storm, but in the stillness you carry through it. We've learned that happiness is a guest that comes and goes, but peace is the home you build within yourself. Most importantly, we've stopped looking for it in bank accounts, titles, or even in other people. If these first few steps felt challenging, that's because we are learning a lifetime of chasing. But remember, this is only the beginning. We have 26 more episodes to go in this 30-part series. In Volume 2, we will begin the practical work of protecting your peace and setting the boundaries that keep your soul quiet in a loud world. You are no longer just a spectator in your own life. You are the architect of your own tranquility. Take what you've learned here and let it settle. Don't rush into the next chapter until you've felt the weight of this one. If this brought you peace, subscribe and share this with someone who needs it.